Today I want to talk about total money in versus total money out. It is a recurring theme, which I say those words a lot because a lot of things come up a lot, and that's kind of the catalyst of these videos. But the idea of something might be cheaper initially, but may end up costing you more in the long run, it kind of goes across the board for everything. Home remodels, home buying cars, buying a cheaper item versus a more expensive item. It happens a lot. So I am a massive car enthusiast, so I wanted to use a car example. So the theme of today's video is I'm going to use a comparison of, can a Mazda Miata cost you more than a Ferrari? So I got some numbers I put together. I just pulled a lease number off for a Miata, and I'm going to put that against versus if you were just to buy a Ferrari outright. Obviously this is an extreme example. I'm not going to include taxes and running costs and insurance and stuff like that. I'm just going to use sticker price, and I want to use this as an example to kind of demonstrate what I'm saying. So hopefully this will register with you. And as always, I have my wonderful whiteboard illustration, and I have some numbers. So I got an email this morning about current lease prices on certain cars, which of course I subscribe to that, even though I don't ever use the information. I still get it just in case I want to use it someday, like today. So we're gonna say we have a Ferrari, put in whatever expensive car you want for this. I'm gonna use round numbers with excellent handwriting. I'll even circle my I just to make people mad. So if we have a Ferrari, and let's say it costs about $100,500, so 150,000, that'll put us in 550, 430 territory, depending on transmission, of course. So we'll say that costs $150,000. So the current lease price I got on a brand new Mazda Miata hardtop, whatever you want to call it, RF edition, I believe. It is, we'll say the Mazda. And this is going to be a second car, not your first car. I'll throw that out there because it'll make running costs a lot cheaper and a little more comparable, because not many people daily drive a Miata or a Ferrari, and if you do, I want to be friends. So the Mazda lease price was $544 with no money down. And if we multiply that by 36, we're going to get a nice big number, and I'll write that in a different color, so hopefully it'll be more. We're going to go Christmas theme today because that's the only markers that are left. It'll cost you just monthly payment. Again, no insurance, no running costs. I can go down that rabbit hole, but I'm sure none of you want to see it. It is going to cost you over 3 years, which is the average lease price for 12,000 miles, $19,944. So that's what's going to cost you, right there. So this goes for any lease. You don't want to just look at the monthly payment. If you look at total money in, total money out, throw the down payment in there, whatever you want to do, but you still want to multiply or divide that down payment by 36, add it to your down payment if you put a down payment down, or add it to your monthly fee or bill. That's going to be your number. So this is no money down, brand new Miata. So if a Ferrari, let's say you bought that outright in cash, $150,000, and it's used, we'll say 2009 to 2012, whatever you find, or really any Ferrari that's $150,000. Generally speaking, if you keep that Ferrari in decent shape, and I gotta get my calculator out, I'll just use 20,000. If you keep that Ferrari in decent shape and running costs are minimal, if you find one that doesn't need a whole lot of maintenance and you're not driving a whole lot, you probably won't need tires or brakes over the course of 3 years. Maybe an oil change and some gas. So this, if you were to sell this for even $130,000 after 3 years, and this is going to be rare unless you damage it and you really don't treat it well. So if you sold this for $130,000, that's kind of your break-even point, give or take a few dollars. But your total cost for the Ferrari, actually I'll subtract that, would also be about 20. My handwriting is getting much worse as I get in the depths of this video. So, excluding running costs again, the Ferrari costs you $150,000 at the start. the Mazda cost you $544, but over the course of 36 months, 3 years, the Mazda is going to cost you guaranteed at least $19,944. And $500 lease is not unusual for a lot of things. If you were to buy a Ferrari for $150, it could lose $20,000 before it costs you a significant amount more than a Miata. Now, the odds are of any Ferrari that's used is not going to lose $20,000 if you sell it in the same shape you purchased it at. So there you go. If you think total money in, total money out, the thought process starts to change. The same thing with a house. You know, if you want to buy a fixer-upper for $250,000 and you got to put $50,000 into it, sometimes you may as well just bought a $300,000 house. You got what you wanted. That way you don't have the hassle of trying to fix it up and repair it. So that's a topic for another video, but I want to just demonstrate, always think total money in versus total money out. The sticker price is it's relevant, but not always the only thing you should look at. Thanks for watching.